What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream, it's like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is February 23rd, 2021. My name is Brad Bernstein. This is Brad Show Live. This is where you come to have fun, be entertained, get educated, and get all your immigration advice all in one action-packed 2-hour show. Yo-Yo and Vanessa. Action.
Whoa. Sounds like a lot.
A lot to pack in.
It is a lot.
Packing it in.
A lot that we pack into this
Packing it in.
show.
I wish I had I wish I had muscles to pack it in, and just pack it in more. I don't have that.
Luckily, there's 3 of us to get this all rolling.
Yes. How you guys doing today?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's starting to clear up a lot, so no more snow.
Yes.
So it's feeling a little bit better, feeling like spring is around the corner.
I love your weather reports every day.
Yes.
They're getting more and more thorough.
I've been light since 9 a.m. Brad is like, this is how I find out what's going on outside.
Exactly.
Because I literally have to go out every single day, so it's like. So now, look, I'll keep you posted every day. I got you.
I want you to know, even if we're off the air, just send me a text. It's partly cloudy. You can leave your umbrella at home today, Brad.
Yeah. Right. I got you.
Vanessa, what's going on?
Having a great day. I mean, just working hard. Like Yo-Yo said, it's like clearing out, so it's nice to see. It wasn't so cold today, so did go for a little walk. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
It is a bit hot in the studio today. I wore a very heavy sweater I'm wearing right now under the lights because for the last few days, for those who don't know, we literally shut the pipes off and the heat off in our studio because other than that we would burn. So on really, really, really cold days, it is a bit chilly in here. So I came prepared today, and now I'm under these lights and I'm saying, boy, I'm pretty hot.
I remember those
pretty
days.
hot.
I used to sweat under those lights.
Yeah, I remember those.
Those things. That sounds so weird to hear.
Yeah. So if anybody does just, a PSA announcement, if anybody does start seeing me sweat, it's not because I don't know the answer to your question. It's not because I am ill or about to pass out. It's just the damn lights.
That's it.
That's it.
Damn
and a heavy sweater. And the damn lights and a heavy sweater. But let's say hello to the squad, guys. Princess Tenko saying hi, Brad. Hi, Brad. Squad, excuse me. Violet Blackwood, squad up, everybody. It's Apple Pie coming right in. Asila Enot, squad up. Queen of my castle, Lee, saying hello to everybody. Dionne Watson, Lisa Bling Rose with a capital SQUAD, but regular up, but a squad up. Uncle Brad and Dr. Yo-Yo. I don't know, but the squad has given you an honorary doctorate. I think in love, but that's for tomorrow. You only take that out on Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays,
right?
yeah.
But I think you're getting an honorary doctortorate. Yo-Yo.
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
Okay, and Vanessa also, but unfortunately, Vanessa, so far you have no degree, but We're gonna push for something, maybe like a PhD in something. All right, in beauty and fashion, perhaps. Okay.
I'll take it.
We'll take the honorary one there.
I will honor.
Okay. Deion Watson, squad up. How are you? Cher Topaz. Blessings, Brad squad. Winston Carr, we see you watching. Tanisha Maddox. Who else we got here? Jimmy Harris, squad up. Faye Taylor. I said Dion Reed. Willie L. Williams. He's been MIA for a couple days. I haven't seen. Have we seen Willie? He's a He's a trucker. Maybe he's been on the road and hasn't been watching.
Possibly.
Possibly.
But I think I've seen him.
He's been
like here and there.
He's been popping in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as he's not watching and driving at the same time.
No, we don't want that.
No, we don't want that. Faye Trailer saying, hello. I'm glad I found your page. And Faye, let me say this. I'm glad you found us as well. And Yo-Yo, Vanessa, I have a PSA. I just got a PSA. I had basically fake news. Willie L. Williams has been watching every day. Okay,
that's
fake
what I
news.
was about to say. Yeah,
I just maybe I haven't seen him. I just got a text message from Jilly Bean. You know, because we could, she talks to me during the show, and she wrote hashtag fake news. Willie L. Williams watching every day.
Yeah, you got to give him his credit.
We see you.
Got to give him his credit.
Right, the whole crew sees you. Mana Walters, squad up. How are you? Jambalai saying hello, and Cordella Douglas, squad up. Uncle Brad, Yo-Yo Nesquik, Jill, Dawn, Dion, Jessica Leamy, Dion, Willie. She has a whole roll call going there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Dawn Harriet, squad up. How are you? Deanna Johnson, we see you watching. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, squad up. Fiona Campbell, also with us, big squad up. And Marcia McCullough popping in. Francesca Augusti. What up, squad up, Yo-Yo? Francisca Augusti only calling out Yo-Yo. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. Not interested in me and you, Vanessa. Just.
It's okay. We have a whole hour and a half. Maybe we'll get your attention.
Maybe. Lisa Bling Rose. Vanessa's new name is called Fashionable.
Ooh.
They're coming up with new names for you, Vanessa. Fashionable. All right, we got Yo-Yo and Fashionable with us now. Maybe it can stick. We don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, no. You can't take out Nesquik.
No, I like Nesquik.
I like Nesquik. I was gonna say.
But 1 second. But it doesn't. Just because you get a new name doesn't mean you lose your old name.
It just adds on.
You just adds on. Now you would be Nesquik, Boss Lady, Fashionable.
Line them up.
You it depends on our mood. Your name changes.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's go over to YouTube. Asila Enot, squad up, Uncle Brad. Lola Unstoppable, squad up, everybody. Kimberlyn Burris, squad up. How are you? Kanoy British. Olivia Love saying hello. Rain 3140 saying hi, everybody. Super Amori Love, not Super Love, not Super Amor, but Super Amor Love. That's like love.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Any updates on the deportation freeze block? Any updates on the? Well, there are updates, and we will get to them shortly. Kushal Narola, can you get a work permit if you file defensive asylum? F1 student. I'm starting to answer immigration questions already.
I see.
I see that. Yes, the answer is if you have a pending asylum and it's more than 365 days, you could get a work permit. 29 Super C, squad up. Emiliano Rivera, what's up, guys? Lilt Kachatrayan. Brad, you are the best. And I would really be the best if I was able to pronounce your last name, so I apologize. Let me try it again. Lilit Kachatrayan. I'm almost the best. Sandy saying hello, squad family. Cordella Douglas, we see you double fisting. Jay Pereira with a question. We'll get back to you. And by the way, also in the comments on YouTube, hey, mama.
What's up? Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Hey.
Hey, mama. I like hey, mama. Or should I say it like, hey, mama? Should I go like low, right from the diaphragm?
Yeah, it's got to be, like
it's gotta
with soul.
It's got to be from the diaphragm, like, hey, mama, more
hey,
like
mama.
that. Right, because I don't talk from my diaphragm. It's really bad broadcasting etiquette. I should talk like this from my diaphragm. Or that's what they probably teach you in broadcast school, which I never went to. So I just kind of do it off the cuff and whatever I feel like.
Just naturally talented.
Right,
man.
but you have to. I know, but you have to really talk from your diaphragm, which I don't do. Like certain very well-known actors would talk from their diaphragm, and they get much more attention. Maybe I'll learn one day. All right, saying, hey, mama, how are you? All right, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do?
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. It is time to share on all social media platforms. Please share to any and everybody. We have so many new people that are joining us, and it's because you guys have been sharing. So all the new people, I need you guys to share too. This is your part of doing your job and your help, for people who need the information that we will be giving, okay? So we are about to start schmoozing real soon with Brad. He has great news regarding the Biden administration admitting the first group of U.S. asylum seekers who had been forced to remain in Mexico under Trump's MPP policy.
And it's Tuesday, so Brad will be serving some hot celebrity tea for us all to sip, like former President Obama and Bruce Springsteen's new podcast on Spotify.
And, of course, you can always call us right now at 1-800-529-5465 to get your immigration questions answered on our show. It is the same number for Spar and Bernstein as it is the number to call our show. We always, every day, we come live as long as I am here in this studio, except if it's a pop-up, we take less. But on regular days, we're always taking your first 14 immigration calls. And, of course, later in the show, we have a tie-breaking match. It is a duel to the death between top fan Sasha Ford and crew member Sydnee Bursik, a.k.a. Pizza, in our ongoing Squad vs. Crew game series. Sasha and Sydnee are going to match wits in a game of claim your victory, know your black history. You won't want to miss this. But right now, guys, you know what time it is.
It's time to schmooze with Brad.
Schmooze it. And by the way, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, after many years of doing this, you finally are now able to say the word schmoozing properly. Congratulations. Took a while. Took a while, but you got it now.
But we're here.
That's right. Meanwhile, the Biden administration, like Yo-Yo had said earlier, 25 migrants who had been forced to stay in Mexico crossed the United States border in San Diego on Friday. They are the first group to arrive in the country as part of the Biden administration's rollback of the Migrant Protection Protocol program put in by Donald Trump. Under Trump, the U.S. forced migrants from Central America and other parts of the world who are seeking asylum at the southern border to stay in Mexico until their immigration court hearings in the United States would be held. More than 70,000 people were subject to this program. Many waited months camping out on the ground in ad hoc tents, in squalid conditions, under the threat of extortion, under the threat of sexual assault and kidnapping, which did happen. The Biden administration ended it. They estimate that there are still approximately 25,000 migrants who still have active cases, and that group will be eligible for the first phase of the rollback. The Remain in Mexico policy went into effect back in January 2019. Look at how they were living for months and months and months. It was an unprecedented departure from previous protocols, which allowed for the entry of migrants as they went through their immigration hearings in the United States. Actually, a disgrace that the United States did this to any human being. On Friday, the Biden administration launched its effort to gradually allow entry to migrants subject to the Remain in Mexico policy. This process to admit migrants kicked off at the San Isidro port of entry located at the California-Mexico border. Now, a limited number of individuals who were registered ahead of time by international organizations came through the port. Individuals are required to test for COVID before they are entering the U.S. Once migrants cross the border, organizations in the region take over. There are a lot of charitable organizations helping migrants once they cross into the United States, including the Jewish Family Service, which is a nonprofit organization that is working with many of the migrants and has a leading role in the effort. The asylum seekers who arrived Friday were transported to a hotel in San Diego. They're going to quarantine before relocating. Additional ports will begin processing next week, including in Brownsville, Texas on February 22nd. Now, you may recall I spoke with Team Brownsville, a nonprofit created by 5 friends who took it upon themselves to assist the asylum seekers stuck in the Remain in Mexico policy in their hometown of Brownsville, Texas. These were U.S. citizens living in Brownsville, Texas, who just saw the horrible conditions that people were living under. This is video that Team Brownsville had taken while they were going across the border to help people. This is real video that they took from real volunteers in Brownsville, Texas, and they came across the border every day to help feed and clothe and even provide basic healthcare needs to the migrants. But at least, hopefully, it will be over.
Yes.
Wow. Nice to see something's being done.
Yeah. Now, you know with Ted Cruz, he went to Texas.
Yes.
I mean, he went to Texas. He went from Texas to Mexico to escape the
Texas.
cold with his family. Then he blamed his daughters, and then there was a big backlash against him because why would the senator from Texas leave Texas when people are dying, freezing, have no food, have no energy, no electricity, but he, because he is a privileged individual, just decided to leave all of his constituents, not help out at all, and just go to Mexico to hang out on the beach until this whole thing is over.
So sad.
I mean, it was basically, as we said yesterday, it was like the captain of the Titanic saying, "Out of my way! I'm getting on the right life raft."
Before the women and children.
Before the women and children, before anybody. He was like the captain of the Titanic was the first person on the life raft.
The captain
Yeah,
boarded.
yeah. Out of my way, Leo! Get out of my way!
That's sick.
So when he returned after this huge backlash, and by the way, anybody who's met this guy, I've never met him, but anybody who's met him has said he is a class A-hole.
Really?
Nobody has anything nice to say about him. Democrats, Republicans, no, there's not a person who has anything nice to say about this guy. So it turns out that when he returned, there was a mariachi band that showed up on Sunday outside of Ted Cruz's home to drive him a little loco after his trip to Cancun. 5 musicians wearing sombreros and charro outfits filled the air with traditional music, most notably the sounds of very loud trumpets, according to a video on Twitter. Adam Jama of Carrollton, Texas, set up a GoFundMe page for the band to rattle Cruz and have donations going to the Texas Children's Hospital. The GoFundMe page reads, Senator Cruz, being an amazing dad, dropped off his family in Cancun in the middle of a major crisis and came back to Texas to continue serving his constituents. We want to thank Senator Cruz for his leadership and pay for an amazing mariachi band to perform for him. No one should go to Cancun and not listen to mariachi.
Yo.
Now,
what?
Now, the campaign has so far raised $300 of its $1,000 goal. One woman donated $25 in memory of Ted Cruz. Now, one other user wrote, if I'm honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this. No doubt Senator Ted Cruz deserves this. However, his children are his pawns and the ones he throws under the bus. Nonetheless, they are blameless and should not be subjected to harassment, even if it's pretty funny. Another wrote, not a great idea if his kids are home. They can't help it if their father is Ted Cruz. But their kids aren't home. Ted Cruz came back by himself. The kids and the wife, they're still in Cancun as far as I understand.
Enjoying life.
Enjoying life.
Yes.
But that's got to be annoying to listen. I mean, you know, everyone likes a good mariachi band every so often. But at some point, you got to be like, cut the mariachi band. You know, I've been listening to mariachi for 7 hours already. You really would go loco.
Right. I don't think they really did it for his satisfaction.
Yeah, I would think so.
Questionable.
Now, I mean, everybody loves a good mariachi band for about 30 minutes, right? After that, you're like, all right, I'm pretty much heard it all. I need to go on.
Outside your house, like if you're going to a place like a restaurant or a concert or something, you know, where you know you're gonna go listen to it, but like it doesn't matter who's playing. It could be any type of music, but if it's outside your house, that's annoying.
Now, apparently the family is back. The entire family did come back to Texas, so the mariachi band is playing for his entire family. It's not just Ted Cruz. So, you know, that's got to be a little upsetting to the children, the whole family. Yeah, but still kind of funny.
It's funny to me.
But still funny. Meanwhile, the Senate held a hearing today on what Homeland Security Chairman Gary Peters characterized as colossal breakdowns in the intelligence gathering and security preparations ahead of the January 6th attack on the Capitol by Trump supporters. Acting District of Columbia Police Chief Robert J. Conte III was asked about the slow response. He said that on a phone call with Stephen A. Sund, who was then chief of the United States Capitol Police, Army representatives, and D.C. officials, Sund was literally pleading for the National Guard. He said, but in response to that, there was no immediate yes to bring the National Guard in. He said Army representatives asked, what was the plan for the National Guard? And expressed concern about the optics. How does this look with boots on the ground at the Capitol? Conte said, I have officers literally fighting for their lives, and that the discussion seemed like an exercise to check the boxes. Sund also revealed for the first time that an FBI warning of potential violence by pro-Trump supporters reached the Capitol Police the evening before the attack, but was never passed along to leadership. I just kind of believe that there was a lack of communication between Capitol Police and National Guard and the U.S. military. And I don't know for a fact because I'm not there, but I do know who is the head of the National Guard in the military, and that's Donald Trump. So it's not surprising that somehow Donald Trump was able to perhaps limit, I don't know for a fact if he did, it's just my supposition. It's my ESP. So I'm just making wild allegations. I have no idea. But the guy is head of the military, and he's the one who is presumably sending everybody to go attack the Capitol to stop the Electoral College. So if he's in charge of the military, and he's also, I mean, he's on both sides, and he's sending in a mob to go stop the Electoral College, it only makes sense that he's not going to, you know, have a very clear line of communication and also have a very clear description to the Capitol Police in advance that, by the way, on January 6th, there's going to be a big mob that attacks you. Be prepared. I mean, nobody told them this.
Right.
So, but, you know, to me, it all goes back to Donald Trump, personally.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Vanessa?
I agree with both you gentlemen. Like, all of this is set off one thing after the other, and it's just still kind of trickling down.
I'm just waiting for somebody to, like, implicate Trump in all of this. Because, you know, if the guy is the head of the military and the D.C. police and the Capitol Police say nobody gave them a heads up that this was going to happen, they weren't prepared for it. And then when they call the military, they're giving a lot of runaround, and nobody is prepared for any of this. The one link to all of this goes back to Pumpkin. He's the link, right?
Yep.
You know,
Go back.
I mean, if you're right, you don't got to be a detective to figure that one out, right? It's not like an Agatha Christie mystery, okay? I mean, the guy runs the military. He also is in charge of all intelligence that comes in about possible attacks. It's the executive branch. If it's not Donald Trump, it's the people who work for Donald Trump. And they're told, and by the way, on the flip side, it's his people and his campaign who are riling everybody up to come and protest. And they actually made the speeches and the platform, and there was $500,000 put in to bring everybody in from that conspiracy theorist. I forgot his name. And now all of a sudden, everyone's like, well, nobody told me anything. The army didn't want to come. Where's the link to all of this? It's Donald Trump.
So right? Like you said, that's all facts right there, that it's because Trump did not relay the message. So right there, isn't that proof that he should get some kind of consequence?
It just seems like everybody's tiptoeing around on it. Somebody has to come out and say the executive branch didn't tell us anything. And the executive branch did not provide a clear communication between us and the military to come and protect us. And when we called Donald Trump, and when congressmen were calling Donald Trump, he was busy watching CNN and Fox News. I'm waiting, where, I don't know. Meanwhile,
just like you said before, that's what you said before. Yeah. It just takes somebody to come out and say something.
Exactly.
Nobody's saying.
Exactly. Meanwhile, yesterday, the Supreme Court has cleared the way for prosecutors in New York City to receive 8 years of Donald Trump's tax returns. The court's decision to turn down Trump's request for a stay of a grand jury subpoena advances a criminal probe by Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance Jr. Last July, the justices unanimously rejected Trump's claims that he was immune from state and local criminal investigations. A federal appeals court rejected those arguments in October 2020, prompting Trump's lawyers to make another run at the Supreme Court. And he lost again yesterday. The taxes are being handed over. Now, there is still deciding whether to seek, the prosecutors are still deciding whether to seek Trump's records from Mazars, a fight they launched in April 2019. And Mazars is the accounting firm that prepared Trump's tax returns. Now, I can tell you from just, anybody's tax returns, no one has to be a genius for this. A tax return shows something, but it's the actual financial documents that went into preparing a tax return that's going to show the difference between what's on a financial document and what's on your tax return. That's how you're going to prove your case. This financial document shows you have a profit of $100 million. Your tax return that was prepared based on this financial document shows you have a loss of $10 million. What happened? That's the case. Okay, tax fraud. That's the case. So they're going to have to get the accountants, the records from the accountants, and the records that they have to get from the accountants to prove the case is, what are the financial documents that you use to prepare these tax returns? Now, the Manhattan District Attorney has enlisted Mark F. Pomerantz, a former federal prosecutor. He is an expert on white-collar crime, and he's going to lead the team in investigating the Trump family business. Now, he used to be a federal prosecutor, and he led many, very famous, well-known prosecutor, led many prosecutions and put away a lot of different organized crime figures. So when they bring this guy in, they mean business. And I don't believe Mark F. Pomerantz, who has a fabulous track record, is going to take on a prosecution of a case if he doesn't think there's some real meat there.
Right. It's actually a big hashtag. It's a viral hashtag on Twitter trending saying #Trump crime family. So
yeah, there it is.
Everybody wants to see him behind bars.
There it is. Yeah.
It's trending.
Well, who knows? Who knows who's going to be ensnared in all of it? Now, the thing that Trump is relying on is that he is going to lead the Republican Party. that's what he's going to rely on. He's going to rely on having a strong political base that's going to prevent him from being prosecuted, or if he is prosecuted, have such an uproar amongst the population that he'll say fake news, fake prosecution, they're trying to get back at you, they get at me, they get at you, that whole type of thing. So that's why, one of the reasons, maybe not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons why he's not going away quietly, as many ex-presidents do. Because he needs that popular support to prop him up when all the SHIT hits the fan and these prosecutions get going.
It must be nice to just have all that type of privilege to commit crimes for decades and just walk away. Just say it's fake news. Y'all, it ain't real. Like, that's all you got to say? That's wild.
Well, if you have 80 million people who vote for you, yes, that's all you have to say, apparently.
Power, that's what I'm saying.
Right. It's power. But we'll see what happens. Now,
he needs to be behind bars. That's all I care about.
You're probably right, Yo-Yo. Now, according to statistics from the Johns Hopkins University, there are now more than 111 million coronavirus cases worldwide. In the United States, 501,000 people are dead. That is more people who died by corona than accidents, more people who died than by suicide. The only leading killers of people more than COVID is heart disease and cancer this year.
Wow.
So, and by the way, COVID is going to overtake it very shortly and being the leading cause of death in the United States, probably in the next few weeks, is my guess.
Wow.
Last night at a White House ceremony honoring the American lives lost to COVID, Biden pointed out the death toll from the pandemic is also higher than the number of U.S. service members killed in battle during World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War combined.
Wow. And it's going to be a year already.
Yes. And did you ever watch Narcos on Netflix?
Yes.
I love Narcos.
Narcos is an amazing show.
Now, I only watched it with Pablo Escobar. I never watched the El Chapo portion. But apparently now they're going to have a whole new season because it's still going on, El Chapo. Did you see the beauty queen wife of El Chapo? Her name is Emma Coronel Aspiro. She's a U.S. citizen. She's a dual citizen between the United States and Mexico. So that's why she was living in the United States. She was busted in Virginia just yesterday on charges of participating in a conspiracy to distribute cocaine, I can't even pronounce these words, methamphetamine, heroin, and marijuana for importation into the United States. She's also accused of scheming to help orchestrate her husband's elaborate July 11th escape from the Altiplano prison in Mexico. Now, do you know about that escape? What he did?
I do. I remember that.
Okay,
escape.
So they smuggled into him in jail a transponder that showed exactly where he was to the 1 meter. And he had it on his body. And then they bought some property adjacent to the jail. They built a home on this property and then brought in some equipment into the home. They dug a tunnel from the home through underneath the jail, following the transponder, and dug a hole up into his cell exactly where he was.
At that point, he deserved to just he'll be free. Man.
He then slid through the crack, and they brought a motorcycle so he wouldn't have to walk back into the tunnel, and he motorcycled his way as fast as he could through the tunnel and escaped.
That's true thug life.
Prosecuted. Yep. That is true thug life. That's
like legit. That's like legit an episode from MacGyver.
Yes.
Like, this is unreal.
That was unreal. I mean, literally unreal.
Right.
So she is, they say, one of the masterminds behind that as well. If she is the mastermind, she's going to go to jail for a very long time. But what an extraordinarily smart woman. I mean, that's a pretty good plan.
Do you think they're going to get her a good deal?
No, I think she's going to go away for a long time. What is she going to give them? The only way, I mean, if they got her, they got her. So the only way that she gets off is if she gives somebody else. But who's she going to give up?
Right.
I don't know.
That they want.
I don't know. Maybe she has somebody to give up. I don't know.
Never know.
Yeah. Is that crazy?
That's a show. That's a whole show.
That's like I said, that's a whole season right there.
It's a new season.
It's a new season eventually. Yeah.
This one schmooze note is like it. It's a whole episode.
That's right.
No, that's a whole season.
That's a whole season right there. The plan. It's not an episode. That's like 8 episodes. That's 8 episodes.
You just narrated a season.
I just narrated a whole season exactly because he escaped, and then you have the authorities have to go figure out where is he, what happened to him. Meanwhile, sad news. Did you see the sad news with Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Yes,
he is.
Yes, he is. He got in a very, very serious car accident. He is undergoing right now surgery, or maybe in recovery by now, but is undergoing surgery right now for a very serious car accident.
Yikes.
According to his agent, Mark Steinberg, Woods suffered multiple leg injuries. He told Golf Digest he's currently in surgery, and we thank you for your privacy and support. I mean, he had to be pulled out of a car that rolled over. I don't know how the accident happened, but I saw the pictures. The car rolled over and it looked like into a ditch, and he had to get pulled out by, they have the jaws of life, where they literally have to open up the car to pull you out.
That's serious when you use jaws of life.
Yeah, I mean, he's lucky he's alive. I don't know how seriously he is, but I would assume it is very, very, very. I would assume it is extraordinarily serious and maybe even touch and go. I don't know. I hope not, but it could be touch and go for him right now. I don't know. So that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But I tried, by the way, we're going to have tea with Brad now. I tried last night. I went out and got the turmeric and garlic. That was a little smelly. Nobody wanted to be near me with the garlic. I have to be honest with you. I didn't love it. It was okay. So I'm going back, but I tried it. I'm going back to peppermint. That's what I like. In something we like to call tea with Uncle Brad. This is when I sit back and relax. It's a very stressful week for Uncle Brad and Yo-Yo and Vanessa. We have a lot going on, and we don't really get a chance to relax and just take in and have some tea. So, you know what? I don't really have time for tea during the day, so I said, you know what? Maybe I'll have some tea during our show. I deserve a little relaxation, too. So do you, Yo-Yo and Vanessa. And I thought maybe we would have some tea together, right? And just relax before. I know you would appreciate that. When I suggested it, you had said the same thing. You said, Brad, I appreciate that gesture, having some tea in the middle of the show and taking a break, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What happened to my music? There we go. So, I'm going to make some tea now. We'll make some tea. Some peppermint tea again. Seems to be my favorite these days. Cheers.
Yes.
All right. Yes. And we could just kind of like, shoot the breeze. Shoot the breeze. It's kind of like schmoozing, right?
Yes.
Schmoozing and shoot the breeze. They're synonyms of one another. Not cinnamon, synonyms.
Synonyms.
We had some tea last week. I know that you got good tea for us this week too.
Now, I want you to know, guys, Vanessa taught me the proper way to drink your tea. Sit up, finger out, shoulders down, neck up, and just with your arm, nothing else.
Yeah, you have to bring it to you. You shouldn't be going down.
That's right. Because me, before, I would be like this, but, because I'm an animal. Right, exactly. But Vanessa taught me the right way to do it. So thank you very much.
That's what I'm here for, boys. That's what I'm here for.
Classing up the place here, Vanessa. Thank you very much. She's bringing class. Bringing class to Brad Show Live. All right. So, cut the music. All right. So, Spotify announced yesterday that former President Barack Obama and rock and roll star Bruce Springsteen, by the way, I think he got pulled over for drunk driving. They're hosting a new series.
In Jersey.
Yeah, they're hosting a new series, Renegades, born in the USA, that's going to feature Obama and Springsteen in intimate conversations exploring a wide variety of topics, including race, marriage, modern manhood, and the divided state of America. That is a really bizarre coupling.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, if you had to say, you know what, we're going to put the president of the United States with a co-host, who are you going to get? I mean, Bruce. When I actually read it, I'm like, that's a pretty wacky combination. I don't even know what Bruce Springsteen stands for. Is he liberal? Is he conservative? Is it going to be like a liberal conservative thing? I don't know what he stands for really.
But
I would say he's liberal. I would say he's very liberal, is my guess. Based on his songs lyrics, I would say he's very liberal.
And he's originally from.
It could also be so like awkward that it's actually amazing, you know, like just because it's a couple that, you know, we wouldn't think would be paired.
Yeah.
You know, they probably have actually like good conversations with each other.
Well, Barack Obama notes in the first of 2 episodes released on Monday, and he says, you know, on the surface, Bruce and I don't have a lot in common. But over the years, what we found is that we've got a shared sensibility about work, about family, about America. In our own ways, Bruce and I have been on parallel journeys trying to understand this country that's given us both so much. So I guess they share similar political views, but come from obviously 2 different perspectives in the sense that they've lived 2 completely different lives, you know?
Right, because I'm hearing that he's a trumpeter.
Is he? Bruce Springsteen's a trumpeter?
That's what I'm hearing. So
really?
I'm
you see, it's interesting because born in the USA, you know, people think that that's like an anthem for, you know, patriotic America, but it's not. It's actually an anti, you know, American song, actually. You know, it's actually not anti-American, but certainly it is a song that is criticizing America. And if you actually listen to the lyrics. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, talking about the Obamas, Donald Glover, well, actually, let me take that back. Obama's eldest daughter, Malia, she has landed a role as a writer on the forthcoming project from Donald Glover, who signed a multi-year deal with Amazon. Glover is leaving his deal with Disney, home to his critically acclaimed series Atlanta, which has been on hiatus since 2018. And the series is rumored to revolve around a Beyonce-like figure and stem from writer Janine Neighbors, which is The Watchmen in a way. Malia began her 3rd year at Harvard in August 2019, so she must be really, really smart if she's at Harvard, meaning she will likely finish her 4th year in May 2021 if she hasn't already graduated. So she is. I
think that's pretty dope. Yeah. First of all, they love Donald Glover. The Obamas, he's like one of my favorites, because he's such a brilliant artist. He's an amazing singer, rapper.
He's a great actor. He's a triple threat. He's a triple threat.
Yeah, he does it all.
Yeah,
so,
and he's actually funny. I saw him on Saturday Night Live. He was funny. His Saturday Night when he hosted Saturday Night Live, that was one of the funnier ones of the year.
Yeah, no, and it's like a natural kind of dry comedy. So like, I love him. I love him. And I think that's really dope that he's given her that opportunity.
Why not?
Know?
Why not? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if she wasn't related to Barack and Michelle, maybe she wouldn't have gotten that opportunity. But why not? Everybody takes advantage of what they can get, right?
No, listen. If you got it, then get it.
Right? Why not? If you can take advantage of it, why not?
Not what you know. Who you know, not what you know.
You know what? I have to tell you something, Vanessa. That is so right. That is so right.
Especially in that industry.
In that industry, not so much in law, but on Wall Street, it's like that as well. You know, on Wall Street, it's not what you know, it's also who you know. It's, you know, somebody brings you into a company and the person who brings you in starts rising up in the ranks and then brings the people who he or she brought in underneath him. and they all
Right,
rise up together. So that's kind of how it works there too. So many industries, it's like that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have nobody who did that for me. Oh well, I did it all on my own, Yo-Yo, and you'll have to do it on your own. And
Guess
and
what?
you are doing it on your own.
Guess
And
what?
Vanessa, you're gonna have to do it on your
all
own.
on my own.
And you got nobody also.
I did it
That's
all
okay.
on my own.
I got everybody I need. That's me.
All right, and we got to get to our immigration questions, but you know what? We're gonna UK tabloid in a huge victory. Let's talk Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for a second. In their feud with the British tabloids, a High Court judge ruled on Thursday that the Mail on Sunday, I guess that is a tabloid in the UK, had invaded Meghan's privacy by publishing a private letter she had sent to her estranged father. The judge, Mark Warby, ruled that Meghan had a reasonable expectation that the contents of the letter would remain private. The disclosures from the letter in articles published by the Mail were manifestly excessive and unlawful. The judgment spares Markle the prospect of testifying against her father in a messy public trial, but the judge ruled there would still be a trial to determine legal damages. At the heart of the case is an anguished 5-page letter that Markle wrote to her father, Thomas, a former Hollywood lighting designer, in August 2018, 4 months after he was a no-show at her wedding to Prince Harry. In the letter, she accused her father of breaking her heart into a million pieces by speaking to the tabloids about their estrangement while refusing to take her phone calls. The Mail obtained the letter, presumably from Thomas Markle, and published it in February 2019. I don't know what to make of all of this. You know, you got a father who's trying to cash in on her daughter. You know, you got a daughter who's ripping the prince away from his family.
It's deep.
I don't know who's the good. Yeah, I don't know who's the good person, who's the bad person here. It is quite an entanglement.
Queen Elizabeth is not happy.
No, she's not. She ain't happy at all.
That's like for sure.
Right.
That's the only thing we do know.
Queen Grandma's not happy about all of this.
At all.
Yes. So, but I don't know. But it's quite a what is it? A kernuple? Not a clufuffle. Thank you very much, Julian. Quite a clufuffle. What's going on with Meghan? Yeah, she has caused herself quite a lot of controversy in a very short period of time on the British public stage. Are you a pro Meghan? So some people love her. Some people like, what do you think?
So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And y'all do not hate me for this. There's something about her that rubs me the wrong way. It's something about her that I'm not here for. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't get 100% genuine and authentic from her.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if she's like an onion, you peel her away, you feel like when you peel her away, there's going to be somebody else there.
Yeah.
Right?
I have an opinion on her. I haven't been able to read her enough. I can't get a read on her.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We've known her. She's having her second kid now.
Right.
The fact that you still haven't been able to read her, I don't. Listen, she was an actress. She got hooked up on a blind date, with Harry. She was of age, ready to get married. She married up. She was I'm about to be royal. I don't think she is genuine, and I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's a lot at once. She had her career in acting. She never hurt nobody, though. I do appreciate how real she can look at Brad. How real. I feel like her relationship with the prince has been genuine.
I'm just listening to you argue and drinking my tea. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
I don't know what it is. And like I said, I could be wrong. But it is something deep in me. I don't get it from her. I don't know why.
I just think if you peel her away, it's like somebody else is there.
I
oh my God, you're completely different than I thought.
I want to be wrong.
And I don't know. And by the way, I'm not saying if you peel her away, she's a bad person. I'm just saying.
Right.
What I'm saying is when you peel her away, she could be like the biggest sweetheart in the world. I just don't know what's going to be there.
We just don't know.
We just don't know. We don't know.
I am kind of a fan of her standing up for herself and not falling into, all of the norms of the whole establishment in England if it wasn't something that was true to her. I will say that I do respect that much.
Now, I want you to know something. As I'm drinking my tea here, I happen to be looking at some of the comments, and Dawn Harriet says, she is an opportunist, Yo-Yo. That's her opinion.
Dawn Harriet.
She is an opportunist. That's what Dawn Harriet thinks.
I ain't gonna say it.
Wow, folks.
All right.
Y'all pushing this tea.
All right. Well, we got to get to our questions here. But before we get to our immigration questions, in today's Braducation, I answer the question, how do I file for special immigrant juvenile status for a child? People always ask me, Brad, I know about these children. They're under 21. They're undocumented. I'd really like to help them. I feel bad. I don't know about adoption. What should I be doing to help these kids that are undocumented? Give them a chance. Well, there's a very easy thing you can do to help them. You can go into family court. You can become their legal guardian. It's very simple to do. Every local family court, no matter what state you live in, will do a simple guardianship. It only takes a month or two. You're not adopting them. And as part of the guardianship application, you make a special request to that family court judge to make a special ruling that it's not in the children's best interest to be reunited with at least one of their biological parents because of abandonment, abuse, or neglect. As long as you get that special ruling and you become that child's legal guardian and that child's under 21, they can file for a special immigrant juvenile adjustment of status and get their green card in 6-9 months on their own. What about that? All right, let's go to something we like to call, you got a question, I'm going to try to answer it the best I can in getting answers to your immigration questions. Let's go to Joey in Orange County, California. Yeah. Joey.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Joey. How are you?
Good evening.
How you doing?
I'm good.
What about that? All right, let's go to something we like.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah. We went to a what do you call this one? Our adjustment of status interview due to based on marriage together with my 17 years old daughter. Mm-hmm. And then during our interview, the office.
Joey, what happened to you? Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
During the interview, what happened?
The officer asked me regarding coming as a tourist in September 2012, and after 1 month, I was able to work as a part-time caregiver. She told me that I illegally work and use my tourist visa.
That's correct.
So I was. Yeah.
She's correct.
So, is there a reason to deny my application?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Let me tell you why. If you come on a tourist visa, you come with the intention of visiting. Now, there is no law that says that if you work illegally or you work undocumented in America, that bars you from adjusting your status based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. You can work undocumented. You can work on the books, off the books. You work off the books, you pay your taxes. There is no law that says you work, you get denied when you're married to an American citizen. Let me finish. There is a law that says if you lied when you came to America, that's a misrepresentation. That is a reason to deny you. And what the law says is if you come to America in one non-immigrant visa category and you immediately do something other than what you're supposed to be doing on that non-immigrant visa category, you made a misrepresentation. So you came as a visitor in 2012 and you said to the government when you came into the airport, whether the words came out of your mouth or not, but that's what this visa is, I'm coming to be a tourist. And what the law says is that if you worked 1 month later, then you made a misrepresentation. And the misrepresentation is you said you came to be a tourist and 1 month later you were working, So we presume that you had this job already set up. You intended to go look for a job when you came in to the airport. Now, you may hear me say all the time, if you come on a tourist visa, don't get married for the first 90 days. Well, it's the same thing. Don't work for the first 90 days because it's a misrepresentation. Because you're saying you're coming to visit and you're doing something different. Now, if your work was you started working more than 30 days after you entered America, and hopefully that's the case, there is something called a rebuttable presumption. What a rebuttable presumption is the law says, we presume when you came into the airport, you either had a job lined up or you intended in your head to look for a job, because nobody lands a job in a month unless that was your intention when you came into the airport. There is a rebuttable presumption to this, and I'm just making up a story. I have no idea, which is you came in as a visitor and you intended to be a tourist, and after you came into America, some intervening event happened that all of a sudden, now you're working. What is that intervening event? I have no idea. I'm not even sure if that happened. I don't want you to go and lie and make a story up. But that's what a rebuttable presumption is no, I didn't intend to work. Let me tell you my story, what happened and why I ended up in this job. It was a crazy story. Let me tell you what happened. But obviously, you would have to tell the truth. Now, if you don't have that crazy intervening story about what happened, you'll be denied for misrepresentation, but you can file a waiver based on extreme and unusual hardship to your wife.
I see.
Did you have a lawyer work on this for you? Or you did this on your own?
No, together with my lawyer.
You had a lawyer work on this? Your lawyer committed malpractice. Hold on one second, because he never told you about any of that stuff. All right? Hold on one second. Let's go to Rupam in Jamaica, New York. Rupam.
Sir, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you, sir. I think you remember one day I spoke with you about my personal matter.
Just repeat the story again, because I don't remember everybody's story. But,
but today I'm not asking about anything about me.
Okay.
I'm just asking one of my friends, like you can say my cousin. So my cousin, he finished his final hearing in the New York Asylum Court,
right?
Like 1 year before, and the judge said he will give the decision as soon as possible. But like almost 1 year is gone, nothing came from the judge. So right now, what he should do, and do you have any update about when the asylum court in New York will be open?
I don't know when it will be opened, number one. They are doing hearings right now. When the judge will make a decision, I don't have any idea when your judge will make a decision. I don't know what happened on the case. So unless I actually go and review the entire case, I couldn't figure out why the judge is withholding a decision or not. Maybe it's just the judge forgot about you. Maybe there's some other intervening issue. I have no idea. So, not knowing anything about the case, I don't know why it's taken a year. Sometimes judges take a while, but a year seems to be obviously a very long time.
But some people saying if the court is not open, judge will not give the decision. Is it right or wrong, sir?
No, the judges are working. Not true.
Okay. Right. And the second question, if the judge is not giving any decision, and the amnesty, like 2021 Citizen Act, is
as long as you're physically here in America, you would qualify before, and hopefully even if the judge orders you deported, you appeal to the BIA. While that appeal is pending and the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 passes, you should be okay as long as you're physically still here.
Yeah. So if judge not give any decision, so he can apply for that. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And last question, one short last question.
Yes.
My friend, work authorization is going to be expired after 3 months. So if he applied right now with you, or so how much time he need to get to new work authorizations?
Based on the asylum?
Yeah. Well, no. He's waiting for his decision, but his work authorization is going to expire after 3 months.
Who are we talking about? A different person?
No, so the same guy.
The same guy who's in removal right now, waiting on his decision for his asylum case?
No, he's waiting for his decision from the court, but his work authorization is going to be expired after 3 months.
He should renew it now.
So how long time he need to get new work authorization?
Renew it now, but they're taking 3, 4, 5 months. But if you renew it now, as long as you renew it, you get an extension for 180 days beyond the expiration of his card. So then he'll be fine.
But if he get late, like for example, 3 months later expire, but if he get after 6 months, he can still work or no?
He can work for up to 180 days after the expiration of his work permit, as long as an application is filed.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
So you are in the office right nowadays?
I am in the office. Here I am.
Thank you very much for your help.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bulai in the Bronx.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Brett. I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna have one more case. I got the interview on the last year. November the 10th, almost 4 months now.
What happened on November 10th?
I got the interview on the last year.
You won the what?
November the 10th.
What'd you win?
You can hear me?
I hear you, but your accent is very thick, so I apologize. What did you win?
I got the interview on the last year, November 10th.
You went on an interview.
Yeah, I go on the last year, November 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, almost 4 months now. I don't receive any letter.
What was your interview for?
I'm married.
Married. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from Paris.
You're from Paris?
Yeah.
Okay. And you and your wife live together? Everything is good?
Yeah.
All right. So your question is, why haven't you heard?
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't know what happened at the interview. They have 120 days to decide. If more than 120 days goes and you haven't gotten a decision, do you have anything in your background that would say you're not eligible? You have a criminal record? Was there any fraud in your entry into America? Is there any concerns, skeletons, let's call them skeletons, in your closet that I need to know about?
Okay. On the second.
That was a question. 1 second. That was a question to you. Do you have any issues? You asked me a question. I'm trying to give you an answer. Do you have any issues that would lead me or anyone to say, oh, well, you're going to have a problem getting a green card?
Sorry, what is it?
You told me you went on an interview on November 10th, and you said,
yes,
how come I don't have a green card? And my answer to you is, I don't read minds. I don't know. So let me ask you a few questions. My question was, do you have fraud in your entry? Do you live with your spouse? Do you have a criminal record? Is there something in your background that would be, quote, a skeleton? Something we don't hidden in the closet you wouldn't want somebody to find out about that maybe they found out about? Just answer yes or no.
No.
No?
No, everything good.
All right. So if everything is good, you are squeaky clean man. You know what squeaky clean means?
No, what does it mean?
Squeaky clean means you got no issues. You made a legal entry. You have no criminal records. You never lied. You do everything exactly as you were supposed to do.
Okay.
No, I didn't tell you that. I'm asking you a question. Is that yes or no?
Nah.
No? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is, okay, so then the answer is, if you don't hear after 120 days, then they don't believe you're in a real marriage. And then they're going to call you for a Stokes. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. 120 days for 4 months, right?
Okay, so then they don't believe you're in a real marriage. They're going to call you back for a second interview. That's what's going to happen.
Okay, and the second case, I'm going to have on the travel document. My travel document, they're going to finish on the April 29, and you're going to travel on the next month. You're going to travel the next month. My travel document, they're going to finish on the...
You can travel on a travel document, yes.
Yeah, because my travel document, they're going to finish 29 April 2021, and you're going to travel on the next month. As
long as you return to the United States before the expiration of the travel document, you can travel. Don't stay out more than when it expires. You have to be physically back in the U.S. before the expiration.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Brett.
All right. Let's go to Monica in San Jose, California. Monica. Hi, Monica.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening,
Monica,
attorney.
yes. What is your question, ma'am?
I am out of status since 2009, and I have a BAWA case, but
Right.
it was denied. I am waiting for a notice of action for a voluntary, so that if
You're waiting for a notice of
that
action
will
for
come.
what? What is the notice of action?
For my BAWA.
But you just told me it was
saying
but Monica,
I was not able to. I was not able to prove that
Monica,
I suffered extreme cruelty. So I am waiting for the notice of action, and if I receive that, I am planning to have a voluntary deportation. With this Biden's immigration reform bill once approved, will I be entitled to for a
okay, Monica, stop. Now it's time to
I
listen to me.
cannot hear you.
You don't hear
I cannot
me.
hear you.
You don't hear me. I don't know why. Okay, I've been talking to you, but you just keep talking over me.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Well,
I am explaining.
I don't know why you don't hear me. Everybody else, I believe, hears me. So after I answer,
when I am listening to other audience, I can actually hear you. I don't know. Hello?
Monica,
Yeah.
just listen to me now, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't self-deport because you got your VAWA case denied. We take a look at your VAWA case, and we, Monica, shh,
I cannot hear
just
you.
listen. Then just listen.
I cannot hear you. I cannot listen. I cannot hear
Well,
you.
you hear me because I just told you to listen. You said I can't listen, so you obviously listening to me. So you can't say you don't listen to me, and I say listen. You're like, I can't listen. I don't hear you. Obviously, you're listening. My God, she needs a consultation. Let's go to AK in Atlanta, Georgia. AK.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, good. I'm from Atlanta. I had a question.
Yes.
I'm undocumented, and I do qualify for the new bill. In the bill it says that I have to prove my employment records. So I did contacted my former boss that I worked for like 6 years, and I explained him the situation. But he's telling me that he cannot give me any of the records.
AK.
Yes.
Okay, two things. Don't start freaking out and calling your boss for employment records yet, because the law hasn't passed and you don't know what they're going to ask for. When and if the law passes, at that point, not before, but at that point, as part of the law, they are going to make your employer not liable for hiring someone who's undocumented. Right now, your ex-employer is liable for hiring someone undocumented in their employment. So of course they're not going to provide you with any documentation. Number two, we have no idea what laws will pass, and you're just going to spin your wheels getting documents for no reason. So wait for the law to pass. After the law passes, you're not going to be able to file your documents the next day anyway. It's not like Joe Biden signs it and like, okay, it's a free-for-all, file your documents. They got to make regulations, which will take at least 180 to 365 days. So after the law passes, you're going to have somewhere between 6 months to a year to figure out how to get these employment documents. At that point, presumably the law will be that the employer is not liable for anything he provides you. Wait until the law passes.
Okay, I have a second question.
Yes.
That's from my father. He's already on a H-1B status. He got his renewal in the month of November. He got I-797C, but he hasn't got the I-797A. When he contacted the employer and the attorney is stating that they never received it from USCIS, and because they did not receive it, we will have to request it again, and that's going to cost $465 again.
So he has
for I-797A.
What do you mean? What is the I-7? The approval notice you're talking about?
Yes, approval notice with the I-94 that is mentioned on it.
Right.
He never got it, and it's already approved November
So
2020.
what would you like me to do about that? I mean, if you never got it, then you got to talk to your mailman. You got to call the 1-800 number for USCIS and say, hey, I never got my approval notice with the I-94. Was it returned to immigration? If it wasn't returned to immigration, then immigration is going to say it's not our fault. And if it didn't get to you, it's not your fault. So then it's the fault of the postman. But there's nothing we can do to the postman. So then you would have to pay it again. If it was returned to immigration, then that's not. Then they'll resend it out to you. If you had a lawyer, it's very surprising that both you and your lawyer didn't get the approval notice.
No, he did not. The lawyer states that he never got it, and if we want it, then we have to pay $465.
So then it's called Welcome to America. Sometimes life's not fair. Suck it up and pay the fee.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Mike in Orlando. Mike. Just hear him go, Mike going, Someone get Mike, wake him up. Donica in Nantucket, Massachusetts. Yes. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I have an asylum case currently, and in the meantime, I've been working in the banking industry, so I filed for an I-140. I got approved. My lawyer didn't tell me up until the end that I need to go back home, actually in Macedonia, which is where I got the visa first, and get another immigration visa and then apply for my green card. I'm too scared to do that.
Right. So you got sponsored in a job. What type of visa are you here on right now?
I am on asylum status.
You're in asylum status. And
pending.
When you came to America, did you come and apply for asylum at the airport, or did you come on a different visa and then applied for asylum after you entered?
I came on J1 visa, and then I switched to asylum because I'm from Kosovo.
Okay.
And
so what you would need to do, you don't have a 3 or 10 year bar, but you can't go back home. You get killed, or at least you believe you will. So there's something called third country processing. Your lawyer needs to contact another country, usually it's Mexico or Canada or somewhere in South America, and start requesting different consulates to say, hey, I have a client. She has an approved visa petition. She has a pending asylum. She's from Kosovo. If she goes back, she feels her life is in danger. She feels very threatened. She can't go back there. Would you be willing to accept her case for third-party processing because she can't go back to her home country? And different consulates can have the discretion to take it. So your lawyer has to start being a lawyer.
Oh, my God. Another question quickly, please. So when I got the visa, I got it from Macedonia because we didn't have a processing center back then in Kosovo. So we all went and got the visas in Macedonia. And he's telling me to go to Macedonia, but I'm crossing the border, and I am super afraid to do that.
No, you need to start looking for a third-party processing. The problem is right now with third country processing is because of COVID, so it's going to be much harder than it would be pre-COVID, but that's the process to go through. All right.
And then, yes, once I do, then I will get out of the status of asylum, and then I can go ahead and how am I going to get the visa?
Assuming you haven't been, assuming you haven't put in removal.
No.
You would get a third, country to take you and process you, and then work it out with the National Visa Center. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Canada. I'm going to wherever. And then you process for that country. You get a parole to go into that country and return back to the United States. So you would go pick up your green card and return and come back.
Is there any chance that they will not give it to me and just say, you know,
anything is possible, but when you go like Mexico and Canada, you get a parole to come back to the United States no matter what happens.
No matter what happens, I get a parole to come back.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hold on one second. Meeting up. Opie in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Opie.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Good. I have a question about how does the Biden new law will help the F4 sibling of United States citizens?
They haven't really done much for F4s in the Biden new law. I haven't really read much about that.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, okay.
The only thing it would be that would help F4s would be that they're eliminating the 3 and 10 year bar. Because I speak to a lot of people who have I-130s filed by brothers and sisters, and they can't adjust here. They can't go home because they're not even eligible for a provisional waiver. But the 3 and 10 year bar would be overcome, and you'd be able to get your green card to go home and come back. But presuming you're here in the United States, you're going to presume
it's for my sibling.
For your siblings in another country?
Africa.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
they're just going to have to wait, unfortunately.
But it's 10 years. It's 10 years, but it's approved. It's over 10 years.
It's a very long wait. That is right.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's go to Olu in Atlanta. Olu.
How you doing, sir?
Hi. How are you?
Good. I have just one question.
Yes.
My mother-in-law is an American citizen. I'm married to an American citizen, and she's having a birthday celebration by July. She's intending to invite my mom over for the birthday celebration.
Okay.
I just wanted to know if that's possible for her, like taking care of the affidavit support and stuff.
Anything is possible. You can come to the United States for any purpose to visit. It's a birthday, a wedding. You want to see the Empire State Building. You want to see Mickey Mouse. You want to literally be on the beach. There's any reason. It's a million reasons to come. That goes into whether or not you get a visa. What is your purpose of coming, for sure. But the more important thing that would go into whether or not she gets the visa is, after you come for whatever your specific purpose is, are you leaving? So she would have to show ties to her home country to show, I'm going to leave. I'm not staying. I'm really coming for the birthday and I'm leaving. So what are the ties?
Okay, cool.
All right.
I was being confused, like, am I supposed to be the one to invite her or my wife?
Anyone can invite her. Again, the purpose is not as important. The invite's not as important. Although an important birthday party would, tend to be more important, or an important event would be more important than I just want to see the Empire State Building. But the overriding factor is going to be, are you leaving the country, or are you going to overstay on your visa?
Gotcha.
All right?
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Let's go to Patrick in Warwick, Rhode Island. Patrick.
Hi, thanks again, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing? It's a blessing to hear from you.
Thank you.
I've been in New York so long, and you're like...
I'm a fixture because you probably listened to me on 93.5 for years and years in New York, right?
Yeah, I know you're the best, but I know you're not the cheapest.
The best, but not the cheapest. That's not a bad compliment, right? Thank you.
I have a problem.
What?
I applied for citizenship on the behalf of my wife.
Right.
And so basically, it's a year now. I did the interview. The interview went fine September last year, the 23rd. But what happened, I didn't know that I had to bring like supporting documents. So I get an RFE. So they said, the lady at the consulate interviewed me. Everything went fine. So I get an RFE. She said she wants something to show that me and my wife, we had like an address, something,
To show you live together.
So I did.
To show you live together.
Yes.
Right.
So I didn't bring no bank statement or no insurance. So we have like insurance together and bank statement, which I didn't bring. So I get an RFE.
Okay.
I have a lawyer, so she contacted me. But what happened, I gave them my tax return, but they flagged me for 2 of my tax return because I had 27 twin in 2018 and 2019, but I did the H&R Block first, and it was married but filed separately. But
Okay.
I went to a taxman, and the taxman messed it up, so which I did get an amendment and fix it. So
Patrick.
Yes.
Okay. You're making classic mistakes when you're trying to prove a bona fide marriage. Now you may very well be in a bona fide marriage with your spouse.
Yes.
But you're making classic mistakes. A bona fide marriage is bring proof you live together.
Yes.
Okay, which is what they were asking for.
Yes.
And you have a financial relationship. Financial relationship is you have a joint bank account, you pay all your debts with that joint bank account, you commingle the money you and your wife earns in that bank account, and you even pay your tax debt with that bank account in a joint tax return. If you follow those 3 sentences, bring proof you live together, have a joint bank account, commingle your funds in that bank account, pay all your debts, that's more than 3 sentences, pay your taxes with it in a joint tax return, every person would prove it's a real marriage. That's what they're looking for. I just told you the secret sauce.
Yes, because I didn't really know. My attorney, she didn't really give me enough on it. So they gave me an RFE. So when she done, she said, okay, send in
all right. So did you respond to the RFE?
Yes, I responded
And
to
what
the RFE.
and what is and you're waiting for a decision now?
No, not happened. Not only that, I moved to a different state and I give them all the information because I moved to a different state. No, what happened now, it was over 120 days. No, finally, my attorney get a message because I was seeing the status was saying.
What is your question? You're just giving me a whole history here.
Okay. Basically, after 120 days, basically, I get a denial.
Right. Because you screwed up. I just told you were making classic mistakes. So now, So now you have an opportunity to fix it before. Who is the person getting the green card? You or your wife?
No, I have the green card already. It's a citizenship.
You're talking. Oh, this is for your citizenship.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you had your green card?
I had my green card. Right now, it will be 4 years. But I applied on the behalf of her. So
Okay, fine, right. But it's still the same thing. Whether you're doing your citizenship based on 3 years of having a green card in a bona fide marriage, my advice is the same, which is you got to show you live together. You got to show you have a financial relationship and you have joint tax returns. The fact is, I could have told you on a consultation a year ago you weren't going to become a citizen based on what you were presenting. So you have 2 choices. You can go back and fix it all. Or wait another 9 months and just file on your own, and then doesn't matter how you do your taxes because you're now basing it on 5 years.
Okay. So basically, because I heard you was telling a lady, I was listening basically, and she was saying she gave the state a piece of, tax return, and then you told her that she got to file again, and she was telling you our lawyer was advising her to do the N336.
No, you're going to appeal it because you're going to lose the appeal. You're not entitled, based on the documentation you submitted, you're not entitled to become a citizen right now. So you could either go and fix all your documents, or just wait till another 9 months and just file again. You don't have to fix anything.
Okay, thanks again, brother.
Right,
I'm just going to wait till the 9 months.
Okay, fine.
I appreciate it, brother.
Okay.
Thanks again. You're the best.
Thank you. John in Alexandria, Virginia. John.
Hi, brother. Thank you so much.
Hi, John.
For your
How are you?
time. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you so much for your time. So I have a good question. I came to US in 2014 on J1.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2-year home country stay applied on my visa, and I applied for asylum in 2015 and it's still pending. I wanted to know if I apply for or if I'm eligible for the J1 waiver based on persecution, and is it possible that I can adjust my status through my job, like sponsorship or something?
You may be eligible based on, I don't know enough about your asylum case, but yeah, it's possible. It would be based on hardship. No, it wouldn't be based on hardship because you don't have any family member to base it on hardship.
Based on persecution.
Based on persecution, yeah, it's possible. I would need to know a lot more. But then you would need to find a third country, just like We spoke to the woman from Kosovo earlier. You would need to find a third country. You can't go back to your home country for visa processing because, you already claimed asylum. So now you'd be a liar. Why all of a sudden you're here now? All right.
Yeah.
So hold on one second. Let's go to Brian in Kingston, Jamaica. Brian. Brian.
Hey, what's up, Brad?
What's up?
Not much. I have a question for you, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. Thing is, I've done a CR1 interview last year, October, right?
Right.
At the embassy.
In Kingston.
Right? In Kingston, right?
Right.
Thing is, when I did the interview, they requested some more evidence or more documents. That was submitted.
What did they want? Documents to show you were in a bona fide relationship with your spouse?
No, they asked for my wife's her assets.
Okay, so there was an issue with the affidavit of support. Okay, and then what happened?
Right.
And then what happened?
And they asked for the relationship with affidavit of support, a letter, and that was sent too.
Okay.
Right. Since then,
Nothing.
I've been administrative processing, right?
Crickets, you're hearing.
Huh?
You're hearing crickets. Nothing from them.
Nothing
Okay.
I'm hearing. Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing this to everybody. You're not the only human being. The only, what we can do is that probably you wouldn't be able to do is speak to somebody higher up and, squeaky wheel gets the oil. That doesn't mean I'm going to get you approved or denied. We'll just get you a decision. So if you want, hold on one second. Let's go to Mike in Atlanta. Mike.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. Hey, I'm very glad to speak with you, long-time listener.
Thank you.
Great job on what you do. My question is, in 2011, my wife came to the U.S., married to her first husband. And in 2012, they had issues, and I was a long-time friend of hers. She came to me for advice, and one thing led to the other, and we're married 2012 till now.
Right.
In 2017, August, she applied for her citizenship.
Right.
That's after 6 years, after 5 years.
5 years of having a green
card. She was denied March 2018 based on lacking good moral character.
Why didn't she have good moral character? What was the problem?
Because she misrepresented the dates. She and I started dating and a lot of stuff. They put one and two together and figured that.
What do you mean she misrepresented the date you started dating? How did that even come up as a discussion point?
I don't know. I think we made a mistake by not bringing a lawyer to the interview, to the
all right. So what we would need to do is take a look at what this misrepresentation is, because the day you started dating is not really relevant to her being a citizen, unless they're going to say there's some sort of marriage fraud between you and her, or between the first husband and her. I don't know. So,
yes.
but other than that, it's not really relevant what day you started dating. It's just like it's what color car you're driving. Who cares?
Right.
But I would need to take a look at the records and see what it is that she misrepresented, whether or not it was actually material or not to her citizenship. Material means it would have a bearing on whether, you lied to the government to gain a benefit. Okay.
That is what they're alluding to now.
All right. So I would.
2018.
I would need to look at her records and see what it is, and then tell you how to handle it. All right. But
Sure.
I don't have the answer off the top of my head. Hold on one second. All right. And by the way, that's going to be the end of our answering your questions by telephone. But we're going to get to our social media check-in in a few minutes. So we're going to answer your immigration questions in the comment section. But if you didn't get an opportunity to call and you don't get your immigration questions answered in our social media check-in, you could always follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. If you follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, sometimes I'm slow. I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I will get back to you. I do answer all the questions myself. I do manage my own Instagram account. So you can follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. You are talking to me. Drop me a DM. I'll be happy to talk with you. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live. If you follow us at Bradshaw Live, as I say on every show, you can't handle 2 hours of Yo-Yo, Nesquik, and Brad, but you can handle 2 minutes of us. Best place to check us out is at Bradshaw Live on Instagram. And Yo-Yo?
Yes, you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And later in the show, top show fan Sasha Ford and show crew member Sydnee, a.k.a. Pizza Bursik, in a game to the... I don't want to say game to the death. No one's going to get killed. But in a game that will complete their rivalry to see who is going to win, crew or squad. We're calling it a Claim Your Victory game. Know your Black history. Who will win this tie-breaking match between Sydnee, Pizza Bursik, and top show fan, squatty, Sasha Ford.
Yes, and that is definitely a game you guys need to stay and watch because it was amazing. But now it's time for What's Your Immigration Story, where we speak to people who have shared their personal immigration journeys with us.
A little bit of background on myself. I grew up in Yokohama, Japan, 17 years. I'm half Japanese, half German American, and I grew up on a U.S. military base to be exact, which is why I have this accent.
It's 1990, so 28 years. I had first marriage. Now I have a new one, and I got a new baby. American Japanese.
I was a student, and then after graduating the school, luckily I had a job, and then I decided to live in the States.
I'm actually from Indonesia, traveled all over the place, and New York's now my home.
My immigration story, we moved here 4 years ago with all my family, my husband and 2 boys, and we moved from London, so we're like moving from Paris to London to here, and we love New York. We have fun, we love our life here.
I was born in Haiti. The French colonized us. I used to live in Paris, work in Paris, and I love it. I like the French culture.
My grandmother is from Greece, came here shortly after World War II.
I moved here 8 years ago. I wanted to help French brands to get more visibility in the US. Get well informed before coming, because you can have very bad surprises on site. So you need to be prepared. Obviously, above all, if you have a family, I have 3 kids, so you need to understand how the country is working for childcare or for the health insurance before coming and work.
All right. Yo-Yo, me, Yo-Yo, Nesquik. I don't know where to go. Anybody. Social media checking. All right, what do we got?
All right, now everybody remember the VIP page that we have on Facebook. All you have to do is join that in the search engine, put Brad Squad. You join, we will accept. You will be able to throw your questions anytime throughout the day. We will take the first 5, and you are a VIP member. So we're going to ask those before any of the social media check-in questions. So our first one is a VIP member, Zach Latif Rahman, saying, my I-130 is pending and my wife's name is misspelled. She is the LPR and she sponsored me. Is this a problem that can be fixed?
If you just misspelled her name on the form, I'm sure it can be fixed. It's not a problem.
Another VIP Brad Squad member from Facebook, Indira Rupanaran, and her question is, if you have children who are citizens and are over 21 years old, can they sponsor a parent who is undocumented and living in New York?
They can sponsor, but I don't know how you're going to get your green card unless you made a legal entry into America. If you made a legal entry into America, so I'm not sure what undocumented means to you, but if you made a legal entry into America and you overstayed on your visa, the answer is yes, you can adjust your status immediately, and you should.
Princess Rose, another VIP member on Facebook. How can I respond to a USCIS I-751 RFE that had been terminated?
What had been terminated? I
guess the RFE, the I-751.
Well, the I-751 I don't know what you mean by RFE. Did you not respond to the RFE? Was your I-751 terminated? I'm not sure what's going on in your case, so we would need to know more.
Adipton Jeanette Olusuwanu, another Brad Squad VIP member. My case status changed to actively reviewed by USCIS on December 31st, 2020, almost 55 days ago now. Can I make an inquiry outside processing about the case? F2A precisely, daughter of a green card holder, and my priority date is July 2019.
Of course you can make an inquiry. You can make an inquiry whenever you want. Inquire till your heart's content. Why not?
All right, and another VIP member on Facebook, Bain Williams, saying, I applied for adjustment of status through marriage while on my J1 visa, and I still don't have a waiver for the 2-year residency approved. What's going to happen if the interview comes before the waiver?
You're going to get denied. You have to get the waiver first before you do the adjustment. So hopefully hopefully that comes through.
Habibith Faith, this one came in via email. My application as an asylum seeker has been frozen since March of 2015. USCIS has told me that my interview won't be scheduled for years. Is there any good news in Biden's new bill for people like me?
Yes, they're going to hire more people to interview people like you to make your case go faster.
Ronnie 39690644 on Twitter. Can I win a cancellation of removal case without establishing extreme hardship?
No, you can't. 3 more.
Alethea Johnson on Facebook. If I have been in the U.S. since March 13th, 2017, can I apply for amnesty?
If the law passes as written, yes.
Okay, Uma Antoinette on YouTube. If I'm out of status since 2005, but my mother is a U.S. citizen, can she file to adjust my status?
No. If you're over 21, no. If you're under 21, yes, unless you're 245I. But you would still need an I-130 approved and your date reached on the visa waiting list. More likely, you would probably need a provisional waiver.
Okay, and last one, Angelique Vianga on Facebook. What does USCIS mean by undocumented? Does it only cater to those that came into the country with no documents, or also those that have overstayed?
It means different to different people. Undocumented means you don't have legal status in America. EWI means you entered without inspection. Undocumented means you may have overstayed. You don't have documents to prove you're here anymore. You may have entered without inspection. You may have jumped out of a plane over Nebraska. You may have swam for it across the Pacific Ocean. It means almost anything. Any event, it is Black History Month. And tonight, in our ongoing Brad Show Live Squad versus Crew game series, we have a tiebreaker between viewer Sasha Ford and social media producer Sydnee Bursik, a.k.a. Pizza. Each of them have 1 game win under their belts right now. So today, in honor of Black History Month, they are matching wits in a game of Claim Your Victory, Know Your Black History. Play along in the comments. Let's see how Sasha and Sydnee do.
What's up, Brad Squad? It's your boy, Jonathan Elias, here with another Brad Show Live game. Squad versus Crew. Yeah, you already know. That's right. Now, show fan Sasha Ford and team member Sydnee Bursik are tied. All right, so they won 1 game each so far. So today we're going to see if they can break their tie going head to head in a game we're calling Claim Your Victory, Know Your Black History. Now, of course, we're playing this game in February in honor of Black History Month, but we all know Black History is a year-long celebration, all right? Black History every day. Okay, Sasha and Sydnee, you guys ready?
Oh, we are always ready for a good comp. Sasha and I love going head to head here, so we're ready. We're ready.
Yeah.
Versus.
Now, you guys have your papers and pen ready, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay, let's get it started. Question number 1. When did Martin Luther King Jr. deliver his I Have a Dream speech? Was it A, December 21st, 1962, B, January 19th, 1963, C, August 28th, 1963, or D, September 9th, 1964? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it is C. Both of you guys got it wrong. It is August 28th, 1963. Okay, a little history for you. Martin Luther King Jr. set a historic milestone for the civil rights movement by delivering his I Have a Dream speech to 250,000 people on August 28th, 1963, from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now, King's speech calling for equality and freedom is one of the most iconic speeches in American history. All right, now y'all ready for number 2?
Go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do it. All right, Maya Angelou became the first woman and first African-American to read a poem at a presidential inauguration. Now, whose presidential inauguration did Maya Angelou speak at? Was it A, Jimmy Carter, B, Ronald Reagan, C, George H.W. Bush, or D, Bill Clinton? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Ding, ding, ding! It was D, Bill Clinton. Sydnee, pizza, you got it. Okay, on January 20th, 1993, orator, poet, author, and civil rights activist Maya Angelou read her historic poem on the pulse of morning that she was asked to compose for the inauguration of President Bill Clinton. Now, Angelou became the second poet in history and the first African-American woman to be invited to a presidential inauguration. Of course, this year, National Youth Poet Laureate Amanda Gorman became the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history to read her poem, The Hill We Climb, for President Joe Biden's inauguration. Now, we ready for question number 3?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how many Black immigrants make up for the Black population of the United States? Is it A, 4%, B, 6%, C, 9%, or D, 12%? Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. It is C. It is C, 9%. Okay, according to the New York Immigration Coalition, Black immigrants make up 9% of the U.S. Black population. The vast majority come from the following top 5 countries: Jamaica, 693,000, Haiti with 654,000, Nigeria, 304,000, Ethiopia, 237,000, and Trinidad and Tobago, 171,000. Now, in New York metro area, Black immigrants make up more than 1 out of 4 Black residents, which is 28% of the population. All right. Now, before Barack Obama became the first Black president of the United States from 2009 to 2017, what was his role from 2005 to 2008? Was he A, the mayor of Chicago, B, a U.S. senator, C, U.S. House of Representatives, or D, governor of Illinois? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. It was D. He was a U.S. senator. Okay, Barack Obama served 3 terms in Illinois Senate from 1997 to 2004, and then was elected to the U.S. State's Senate. In November of 2004, he took the oath of office and became the 5th African American to serve in the Senate on January 3rd, 2005.
All right. This is really schooling us, at least, Sasha. We are learning a lot today, okay?
Yep. Yes. Number 5. Who was the first African American to win a Grammy? Was it A, Billie Holiday, B, Nat King Cole, C, Ray Charles, or D, Ella Fitzgerald? All amazing artists. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. It was D, Ella Fitzgerald. All right, a little schooling for y'all. In 1958, singer Ella Fitzgerald made history by becoming the first African-American to win not 1, but 2 Grammy Awards for Best Female Vocal Performance for the Irving Berlin Songbook, and that was an album, and for the Best Individual Jazz Performance for the Duke Ellington Songbook, another album. So, history right there. Okay, number 6. Who was the first African-American to be featured on a United States postage stamp? Was it A, Martin Luther King Jr., B, Langston Hughes, C, Booker T. Washington, or D, Harriet Tubman? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Pizza got it again. It is C, Booker T, Washington. It is 2-0. Oh, on April 7th, 1940, the Post Office Department issued a stamp honoring African-American educator Booker T. Washington. He was born 1856, died 1915. Born from slavery in Halesford, Virginia, Washington served as a role model for other struggling African-Americans and is founder of Alabama's Tuskegee Normal Industrial School, renamed Tuskegee Institute in 1937. Big ups to Booker T. Washington. Now, number 7, Hattie McDaniel, the first African-American to win an Oscar. Won for what movie? Was it A, Gone with the Wind, B, South Pacific, C, Casablanca, D, Guess Who's Coming for Dinner? Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Gone with the Wind. It is a 3-0. This is wild.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
In February 1940, Hattie McDaniel won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her portrayal as Mammy in Gone with the Wind at the 12th Academy Awards. Now, the ceremony was held at the Coconut Grove nightclub in the Ambassador Hotel. McDaniel then was not allowed to sit at the Gone with the Wind table due to the hotel's strict no blacks policy. The film's producer had to fight to have McDaniel allowed into the building at all. Now, after McDaniel, the second black winner for Best Supporting Actress wasn't awarded until 50 years later when Whoopi Goldberg won for her portrayal of Oda Mae Brown in 1990 critically acclaimed film Ghost. All right, now number 8. Which black Major League Baseball player has the most recorded home runs? Is it A, Jackie Robinson, B, Hank Aaron, C, Reggie Jackson, or D, Barry Bonds? We ready? 1, 2, 3. It is D, Barry Bonds. So in his 22-year duration playing for both the Pittsburgh Pirates and San Francisco Pirates, Barry Bonds holds the record not only as an African-American with the most home runs in the MLB, but as a player with the most home runs in history with a total of 762 home runs. So last question, it is worth double. Okay, you know how I like to do it. We have number 9. Kamala Harris is the first black woman to be vice president. Now she's part Indian and part what? The A, Haitian, B, Ethiopian, C, Jamaican, or D, Trinidadian? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! Sasha Ford gets it.
No,
she is definitely. Yes, we already know she is Jamaican. Okay, Kamala Harris's father, Donald Harris, is an economist and professor emeritus at Stanford University. He was originally born in Jamaica in 1938 and came to America in the 1960s to get his PhD at the University of California, Berkeley, and eventually became a naturalized U.S. citizen. Yes, but this goes to Pizza. You are the winner of this. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Sasha.
Final score, Pizza, you got 3. Sasha Ford, you got 2. You were so close because you got that double. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Not this time. Maybe next time.
Sasha, you're the best. You're the best opponent. I love when we play.
All right, everybody, we love you guys. Make sure you let us know in the messages if you want to be a contestant. This is a lot of fun, all right? All right.
Yes, it is.
Back to the show.
All right. Well, that was pretty hard, actually. Some of those questions were very hard. I didn't know all of them.
Very hard.
I didn't know all of them.
I didn't either.
All right. But I learned. I learned a lot.
That's all that matters.
All right. By the way, if you want to get in on Squad vs. Crew, all you have to do is DM our show in any of our. You leave a comment in our Facebook, YouTube, or send us a DM in any of our social media, and we will get you in. Yo-Yo hosting, or maybe Vanessa hosting, with a crew member. Squad vs. Crew. Right now, by the way, I don't want to make the squad a little anxious, but Cruz winning. Cruz ahead.
Yes, the Cruz winning.
Crew is ahead. Crew
Yeah, so
3,
let's see more
Squad
of the
2
squad.
right now in
We
all
need
of
to
our
see more
games.
squad games.
Yeah. All right. Social media check-in. Let's do it. Not social media check-in. Social media speed round. I got confused for a second. Speed round. Where I answer 9 questions in 50 seconds or blow up to smithereens. So far, I've been safe for the last few days. Let's see what happens. You ready?
Okay, let's keep it up.
Let's go.
Will Biden's amnesty plan protect undocumented individuals?
Of course.
Will fingerprinting happen at my biometrics appointment?
It depends if they already have yours or not.
What's an EAD card?
Employment authorization document.
Is drug trafficking a deportable offense?
Yes.
Can an 11, 9, and 6-year-old file DACA?
If you were here before 2007, but you won't get it till you're 16. Continue.
Are children proof of a bona fide marriage? Sorry. Are children proof of a bona fide marriage?
Yes. If you between
If I'm placed in removal, does that mean that I'm being deported?
Yes, it does.
What visa should I apply for to study in the U.S.?
F1.
Can an undocumented person work?
Not legally. Woo! Even with the screw up, we did it. Woo!
Oh.
Yeah, waiting for the music.
And
there we go. The balloons are in animated suspension. Come on, balloons. Come on, you can do it, balloons. You can do it. That's all right. Comments of the day. Comments of the day. We'll celebrate after. Comments of the day.
Comments of the day.
What do we got?
All right, our first comment of the day comes from Melanie Abiola Allen saying, Brad, Yo-Yo, and Vanessa, love y'all. The best team ever, the best show ever. Come on, y'all. Tune in to the best immigration show on earth, the best immigration firm. Let's get it on. Tune in, y'all.
Wow, he really likes us.
Melanie.
Oh, it's a woman. Because I don't see that. We don't have the quote up there. But you know, I was almost like my Sally Field moment. You love me. You really love me.
Right.
You love us. It was all of us, actually.
Yes.
All right, next.
Squad. Our next comment of the day coming from Squad VIP Don Harriet saying, I look forward to this show every afternoon for immigration advice, but mostly for laughter from the squad. I agree.
All right, very good.
I definitely agree to that. Yes, yes. They are funny in the squad.
Yes.
All right, and our third comment of the day comes from Janice Williams-Smith saying, I'm here sipping my tea and listening to the immigrant genius, Uncle Brad, educating us. Thanks for sharing.
All right, thank you very much. Very nice. Very, very nice. And I was drinking my tea with you.
We all were.
Yes.
The next one comes from another squad member, Stargirl Mika, saying, Brad Show Live and my glass of Moscato. What more could a woman ask for?
Wow.
I agree, sis.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that. I don't know what
that
else.
sounds like a whole vibe right there.
Vanessa, can you ask for more than that?
No.
Not really.
Is it pink? Is it pink Moscato? That's all I would ask.
All right, everybody. And our last comment of the day comes from Cicely Udariri saying, the best immigration attorney in the whole world is Brad and the others who work with him. Love this team.
All right, very nice. Very, very nice. All right,
nice.
So with that, I do have an announcement, and the announcement is that there'll be no more show for the week, but we'll be back next Monday. I'm taking a little time off, I guess. Right?
Yes.
Am I taking one off? Who's taking off?
We'll be back.
Me. I will be back, though. All right, so
I will be here.
You'll
I'm
be.
not taking time.
You're not taking time off. Are you doing anything, Vanessa? Are you taking time off?
I will be making some moves myself,
You'll
Brad.
be making some moves yourself. All right. Well, Vanessa and I will be making moves. Enjoy the cold, Yo-Yo. And we will see you all back on Monday.
a lot.
Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week.
So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.